There was a time back in the 1970s when Sweden still had one of the lowest rates of violent crime in the world. In 1975, the USA had 6.5 times as many homicides per person, 3 times as many rapes, and twice as many assaults as Sweden. Times have very much changed since then. Since 1980, both countries have experienced very dramatic transformations, the USA for the better, Sweden for the worse. In 1980, Sweden had 297 assaults, 10.64 rapes, and 1.62 homicides per 100,000 people, while the USA had 593.5 assaults, 36.63 rapes, and 10.17 homicides. Since then, assaults in Sweden have gone up to 911 per 100,000 people in 2008, an increase by 207%. Rapes have gone up to 58.11, an increase by 446%. There has been a very suspicious increase since Sweden started receiving Iraqi refugees from the war, which number almost 100,000 today. Homicides have gone up to 2.81 in 2008, an increase by 73%. On the other hand, the USA has decreased in all these areas. Assaults have fallen to 473 per 100,000 people in 2006, a decrease by 20%. Rapes have fallen to 30.82, a decrease by 16%. Homicides have fallen to 5.68, a decrease by 44%. Two very different penological philosophies have been applied in the two countries. In the USA, incarceration and deterrence have been the mottos. In Sweden, the justice system has attempted to rehabilitate the criminals and avoid long prison terms. If the trend since 1980 continues in both countries, this is what the future will hold. In 2030, Sweden will have 2,200 assaults per 100,000 people, while the USA will have 383. Sweden will have 220 rapes and the USA 26. And Sweden will finally pass the American homicide rate in 15 years. By 2030, Sweden will stand at 4.34 and the US at 3.32. The future is indeed looking very bright for Sweden, once one of the safest countries in the world. Sweden today has 3 times as high a homicide rate as neighboring countries Norway and Denmark. Only 5.8% of violent crime is resolved, only 4% of sexual assaults. The EU International Crime Survey of 2005 found that 10.8% of women had been victims of sex crimes in the past 5 years, up from 4% in 1994, the highest rate of all the measured countries. Things are looking bad in other areas as well. During the last 5 years, drug arrests in Sweden have doubled, going from 40,860 in 2003 to 77,658 in 2008.